Okay, okay, and we are live. So just had to just trying to move some stuff around. Yeah, so then that way I can definitely see what's going on. Okay. So then that way I can keep a very good eye on my keep a very good eye on my
Good boy. I guess that's how it's made for.
Okay, I'm gonna need to resize all this. Okay, okay, so let's break this down. Bam, bam. I should have already had this set up, but you know, I ain't perfect. Okay.
These are my best shoes, Phelps. I'll leave you to it. Very funny.
Remember this part of the game too. This was back. You have to like walk specific.
Whoa! Gotta move on, Cole. Those boards are sinking. You want to end up like the other fossils?
Easy.
The gangway snakes around, Phelps. Can you see it through the tar?
Okay, so it looks like I can go straight, bye bye bang, bye bye boom.
Steady.
How you doing out there?
I'd be doing better if you were the one trying to get across this thing. Whoa!
So the secure ones are the ones with the 4 bars on them. With the 4 support beams.
Easy.
Hold on. Let's see, that's why it looks a little off. Something about this picture just doesn't seem as clear as it should be.
You don't want to
Looks
fall
a
in
little-
now, Phelps.
That's at the forefront of my thinking. Steady.
I remember getting lost on this part all those years ago. From the other
Sphere which
opening.
is as many thousand spheres. Okay, where to now?
From the other opening in the wood rushes with loud and whirlwind harmony. A spear which is as many thousand spheres. Solid as crystal, yet through all its mass, flow as through empty space, music and light.
One of Teresa Terreldson's shoes.
I don't know how I died so much all those years ago.
What is it?
An open-toed white shoe, and another stanza from the poem.
Oh, I really thought that hobo bum did the Terrelson broad.
Confessions from the insane aren't the most credible evidence, Rusty.
Is this thing over?
It's all part of his power over us, making us run round all over the city for the crumbs he's leaving.
So if we keep this up, we can find the guy?
While it's on my mind, Big Crit recently put out pretty much all of his catalog out on like Apple Music, which is fantastic. Although there are some minor differences. Like he has gone back and remixed some of his stuff, and he has also at the same time he's also left out some tracks. Like when he re-released King Remembered in Time, which is my favorite album of his, he didn't put WTF on the release. I was like, why? Why? Which is really good. And he put out this CD. What's it called? It's an album. It's like Style That Can't Be Bought or something like that. Hold on. My friend just texted me. Oh, alright. I thought he texted me way earlier, so I'm only off by like 15 minutes. Alright, so what was that? Oh yeah, A Style That Can't Be Bought by Big Crit. It's called Style Not Free. Style Not Quite Free. Fantastic. It's like his old freestyles and old songs just with new beats on them. It's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so uh oh, that's right, we're supposed to be looking for the map for that clue. It says something like sphere, sphere, sphere. That's it right there. Yeah, so
This guy looks out for women in bars who've had too much to drink.
pretty much
emotionally
what I've
disturbed.
noticed is that
Need a shoulder to cry on, he
wow,
plies them
see,
with
I ain't
booze.
even paying
Probably
attention.
offers them a lift home.
Then beats their brains out and strangles them. Could be any schmo hanging out in the bar.
No, not anyone. He displays the bodies, leaves us messages. For all the violence, it's very controlled behavior.
So all in all, Big Crit, he put out, like, I had such a good time on the ride to work, ride home today. Pretty much listening to A Style Not Quite Free. Oh man, it's fantastic. Like I said, and you wanna know what's crazy? It's all like, I think the last like 2 songs actually are like new songs, but like out of the 10 I think it's 10 tracks, it's like 80% of it is familiar, you know what I'm saying? So
And on it goes. When do you think we'll reach the end of this thing?
The center of the proverbial labyrinth?
you know, I just
String. How many unsolved murders have we got in this city?
How many solved ones?
so pretty much I just was listening to it, and it was just a fantastic project. Like, if there's one thing that I could say about Big Crit, and that's for people who don't know about Crit, Crit is like one of the just absolute fantastic artists, because you know, he's from Mississippi. Just a little background, he's from Mississippi,
You ever been in here?
and he is just really
I have
really
no
good at
intention
the
of going
freestyle and
remember
wordplay,
I'm gonna wait here and have a quiet
and
smoke.
you know,
Think about hidden meetings.
the one thing about him is that he does, like, he does put out stuff, and then I know there's like this running gag within his rap fans, where it's like as soon as he puts something out, we're automatically just like, well, when's the new thing gonna come? you know. And I guess that's his way of saying like, hey, I put my best into my projects, and you know, and in this game, the rap game, where it's like people just want to continue keep having or taking more and more, you know what I mean? Like having more, like, oh, okay, you just dropped something, well, when's your next project? And I don't think that a lot of people nowadays really like sit down and like live with a project, I don't think a lot of people look at sit with a project for like weeks, months, years. Oh, this was a lot. I was expecting to get super lost.
Once belonging to Celine Axford Henry.
So, Big Crit, he definitely doing his thing.
Thrones, altars, judgment seats, and prisons. No, it couldn't be.
And this is the crazy thing too, like,
See?
Crit showed to me
I found Celine
that,
Henry's ring. How far does this thing go? How did we not catch this nut job?
the one thing that I will say about Crit that he showed me when he dropped, because he sent out this post on Instagram that basically said, hey, text this number, we got a surprise. And then it's like the next day it was like all my catalog is coming, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, because I was always took everything, and this is a mistake that I made, because when he re-released like everything, like the all the albums and everything, I was like, okay, so the ones, pretty much I had everything that Crit put out, or at least most of everything that Crit had put out, and I had got it online and then imported it into my iTunes. But then when he said, I'm putting everything out, the mistake that I made myself, and I'm glad that I'm talking about this, is that what he did was he re-released these projects, but then made minor tweaks. So, and when I say minor tweaks, I'm talking about like tweaks like, for instance, I think on one of the tracks, the background, I don't know what's that's called. I'm not into music like that, but there's like a, I like when a rapper's rapping, and then there's like I don't know if it's part of the sample, but it's just like background. It's not part of the beat. It's like well, yeah. So like certain parts of the beat will be a little bit more accentuated. So it's like before it was like really like loud, because Crit likes to put a lot of like bass and stuff into his likes to put a lot of bass into his whatchamacallit, into his music. So it's like now it was like there was some subtle change. It was like this, like I was listening and I was like, okay, he gonna put everything on, you know what, I'm gonna put something on. And then like the first track, I remember thinking like, oh, hold up, this ain't what I thought it was. This is not what I thought it was. And I remember it was, like I said, it was just like differences into the beat. So it would be like small little things that like I was listening to. So even though I knew the songs, I was just sitting there like, wait, hold on, like that wasn't the same before. Like the background vocals are a little bit more like loud and melodic, so I really enjoyed, really enjoyed. Wasn't there supposed to be like a church or something I'm supposed to be going to here? But that's the one thing that Crit taught me when he released all this music. What he taught was, or at least what he taught me was that, you know, when you're good at something, like you know that you're good at something. Like in order to say, hey guys, I'm dropping all my music. And then when your fans are like, oh, okay, you're dropping all your music. Okay, yeah, that's cool. But then when you sit there and you're like, wait a minute, like, hold on, like I'm spotting like little differences. It even got to the point where I said, is he re-recording all this? Or is this all the same recordings from back in the day, but he just did something production wise? Because Big Crit, he does a lot of his own production. And that's another thing too. Like, if anything that Big Crit can be absolutely credited for, it's basically being like a one man. I don't even want to say jack of all trades, because typically that moniker is like you're a jack of all trades but a master of none. Like, Crit can rap, he can produce, he can make, he makes the beats, he raps, it's just fantastic. So, and that's what I liked. And I remember I was listening. The one thing I was disappointed by was that there were some songs that were missing. So when he re-released the music, I don't know if that's like a sample clearance thing or what, but I was listening to that Style Not, what was it called? Style Not Being Free. A Style Not Quite Free. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, they like, there are songs on here that I know. I'm like, oh, okay, this is from, like, it's a project where I'm starting to redline a little bit. Hold on, let me lower my vocals just a little bit. So one thing that Crit was doing was he would then go ahead and then take the like his he would then take like old freestyles and then put them on new beats. And I'm like, yo, this is like good. In order to take something that you did 5 years ago and then put it on a new beat and it sounds good, come on, like that just shows me that like Crit is just somebody that can just do whatever he wants in music and be good at it. And it's like, the guy is a humble guy. I mean, every now and then, he'll talk his shit, but for the most part, like, Crit isn't like boisterous to the point where it's like, like, you say you the best, but don't nobody believe you. Like, if Crit says, and I mean, he has gone on record and said, like, I'm the greatest alive, and or he's the king of the South, and T.I. was one person that that worked with Crit, and it wasn't like, oh, you the king of the South. Like, it's like, nah, like, Crit gets respect, so I love it. All right, let's get down to this excerpt. This is one part of the game where I've been getting lucky, but I want to go ahead and look online for it. Thrones, altars, judgment seats, and prisons wherein and beside which by wretched men were born. Scepters, tiaras, swords, chains, and tomes of reasoned wrong glazed on by ignorance. The ghosts of a no more remember fame, which from their unworn obelisk look. That sounds like a church. That sounds like a church. Could it be the intolerant? It does say something about an altar there. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so If there is one thing, I was going home today on the ride home, listening to some Crit, man. I was like, this music is
Leading us this
fantastic,
trail
man.
of
It just made me feel so happy.
Why? Vanity. He wants to see if there's anyone out there smart enough to catch him.
Like,
He
Crit
leaves
is
us evidence,
proof
but every location is a trap.
He's testing us, physically
that,
and mentally.
you
to
know,
see
no
whether
matter
we're worthy.
what you say,
Titan guy. You have the stoush with God.
no matter what anybody says, as
Thinking
long
about
as you
reading some
know that
Shelley?
you the shit,
All that
then
egghead
that's all that
stuff.
matters.
I'm sticking to the funny papers and the form guide. You sleep better at night.
Yeah, that's one thing that Crit taught me by dropping all this. Crit is somebody who is just extremely skilled and is like, anytime I want to display that skill, I can and I will. And, you know, he keeps his head down, he does what he needs to do, he makes beats, you know, it's one of those people to where in an industry where most people get upset, where it's easy to get upset, where you're like, I'm not getting the recognition I want, which he did explain in an interview years ago, that basically he was very upset with the industry and with, I guess, just fed up. I don't want to say with fans, but with, I think it's more the industry of saying, like, you know, I'm the best, I put in so much work, and yet I don't get the recognition for it. And he was angry, and he said you could see that in his music. And you know, I always respect Crit's musical genius. You know, I think that's an important part of being a skilled individual. Like me, I'm a truck driver. I know I can drive a truck. It don't matter about nothing. I know for a fact that I can I know for a fact that I can whip that truck in any type of way. I'm confident. I know no matter what. Although I will admit, as a truck driver, I am intimidated by driving into the New York boroughs.
Now it's just a matter of getting to it.
But for the most part, like, I'm confident. Like, when I go to work, I'm not like, ooh, how am I going to do this or how I'm going to do that? I automatically am just like, all right, this needs to be done. And there are moments where, like, even at my job, where I remember a few a few months ago, I had a spot where I had to get back my tractor trailer into a spot, and what ended up happening was I had to. Where's my partner? And what happened was I had to, so imagine tractor trailers, right? And imagine like 3 rows, right? And I had to get it in the 3rd deepest row. So then when I went in, I got into the deepest, you know, I had to go back it up from the 1st row in between 2 rows of trailers, back it into the 3rd. And I remember feeling so proud of that moment, because when you're a truck driver, like, there are just certain things that, like, that you'll be telling yourself, this is what truck drivers do, this is what truck drivers thrive on, and you know, this is what a truck driver does. And like I said, I'm 5 years in, and I'm like, okay, you've been truck driver for 5 years, like, you know, you got it. And, you know, my skill, you know, reflects that. So that's why I look at Crit and I'm like, okay, I understand about skill now. When you know that you can do what you do and you know you can do it well, then, you know, you just have that certain type of confidence about yourself. And that is exactly what I have, confidence. So, let Man, I'm just so happy for Crit, man. So happy to put out music, and then I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, like I'm like, wait a minute, like that's that's a difference in the oh, wait, am I on the wrong thing? I'm not even paying attention. I'm talking about music. I think I'm supposed to go over there. But yeah, so Crit just put out music, and I'm like, good. I said, Crit, you putting out everything? And then it hit me. Wait a minute, Crit. Wait a minute, Crit. Where's that song? I think on Forever and a Day, there's a song missing. And I think WTF on King Remembered in Time. And this is why I regret deleting. Oh, this is what I forgot to mention earlier. When he put out and re-released everything, I essentially had, it was like I had double albums. You know, I had 2 copies. And I'm like, you know, nah, if he gonna release this, then, you know, I'm just going just release it, you know what I mean? I'm just going to take the re-release. But now I regret taking the re-release, because when I was in my car, I was like, yo, I want to compare and contrast this. Like, I want to put on the re-release and then put on the original copy and then say, oh, look, you see how this beat? So I can still do that, you know, it's not like I can't. I mean, I have the files on my computer. It's just, you know. But yeah, so I just had to give that up. You know, I just had to talk about that because, you know, I want to stream, and recently I've had to think about, okay, like if you're gonna get serious about streaming, you need to start streaming after work. And then, you know, when you're streaming, when you're new, you're just kind of like, how will I make out? Where the hell am I supposed to be going? And that just brought a smile on my face. So you know, I just really enjoy that. See, this is okay, let's try over here. Did I already go up there? I don't think I went over here. Damn it. Supposed to get up there. I don't know what that sound keeps going. Hold on. This is another thing about this damn game. It keeps reverting back. Oh, no, it did. Like, if I quit the game and come back, it'll auto reset back to giving clues. Okay, Okay, let's not try to spend so much time trying to figure out how to get over here. Oh, wait, hold on. What? Okay. Okay. Why didn't I just follow where the hell my partner was standing at the entire time? Come on, Rusty. Okay, guys, that was definitely a moment. I'm usually sharper than that.
Jesus, now look what you did. Hang on, Cole. I'll get you off of there.
I don't know what it is about this game. It's just...
You gotta make it to the next platform. Get that thing as close as you can, then jump.
I don't know what it is about this game, and just what is that? This game and balancing. I'm not a fan of that whole balancing mechanic in this game. Oh, let's not die. Let's try that. That'll be a good idea.
Qrider ring. Evelyn Summers.
Whoever this killer is, and I beat this game back in like 2012 or 2013, something like that. I can't remember who the killer was. Seventh expert.
Place he calls home. End of the line.
Amid the anguish of that lighter stare, let that thorn-wounded brow stream not with blood, it mingles with thy tears. That's obviously like a Jesus thing. That's obviously at the church.
No. On. Ah, no. I thought the whole thing was gonna come crashing down on me.
I thought so too.
Right.
He murdered Evelyn Summers, Rusty. The last trophy was her ring.
You find another piece of the poem?
Yes. The last piece.
You sure, Cole?
Let's find out.
I ain't gotta
This
check
whole
it out.
thing is religious. Man again.
I know where it's at. It's at the damn church. Where that church at? No, it's like right here. There was like a church. So I picked the museum.
Against God. This isn't about church, is it?
You might see this as a cry for help.
For God's sake, Phelps. I'm not trying to justify this.
Hear me out, Rusty. This guy has been successfully slaughtering women in this town for half a year, maybe longer. He researches who he kills, and then plants evidence so that we always have someone to go after. If he hadn't sent the letters and the poem, he could have gone on forever. We would have been none the wiser. We would have 4 executed men on our conscience and have been happy about it. Why else is he doing this?
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street. Unit to handle code 2. Identify.
I do remember this part. So one thing that I do, let's see, I listened to the crit music. See, I'm trying to see if there's anything else today that I wanted to speak on as far as just as just in terms of the you know, what I can just kind of talk about, because when you're new as a streamer, the video topics are always going to be somewhat difficult to get adjusted to, especially if you're not usually a person who talks a lot.
Reminds me of my days as an altar boy.
There's a light coming from the house.
Nothing hasty, gentlemen. Keep your hands where I can see.
What the hell was he hiding that we ain't seeing?
Stucco with your entrails.
We're from the LAPD, sir. I'm gonna tell you only once to lower your weapon.
Rusty's like,
LAPD,
this is the guy who's been killing people.
Really
I'm
possible
already
you
looking
could
to
have
shoot
found
his
me
ass.
all this time. How interesting.
Put down the gun, shitbird. Last warning.
This boorish ignoramus could never have found me. It was you, wasn't it? Do you remember me, detective?
The temp bartender.
Yes, you found me. You know what I'm capable of, and yet you walk in here like lambs dressed for the slaughter.
We'll see about that.
Where the hell did he go? I better not get killed off this shit.
Where did he go?
Down the tunnel?
We can't let the son of a bitch get away.
Hey, I'm with Rusty
The
on
house,
this.
Rusty. There must be another entrance into the house.
Can't believe this guy basically got away with killing all these people and then just wanted to be caught because, well,
give yourself up.
so that's where we gotta go. Damn, this guy's a fucking monster. Jesus Christ.
I hate to think what he's done with this thing. Medical experience, maybe. At least some working knowledge of biology. He's cruel and he's methodical. It's the basis for all his riddles. Prometheus defied the cruel gods. This guy thinks he...
Let's jump down into the catacombs.
We're going down there.
I remember this part too.
Call for backup and
He
keep
was
an eye
like
above ground to
really.
see where this thing comes out.
He was
Don't
rarely
let me down,
difficult to kill.
You're an interesting man, Detective. Why the police force? You're obviously overqualified.
Cease fire immediately!
Do I get a sense you're looking for personal redemption? Do you think we have something in common?
A couple in you. Now what's up?
Are you acquainted with slaughter? Does it attract you? Have you felt the fear? Understood the power?
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist.
I'm gonna get shot as soon as I come out of here.
Are you comfortable out of the light, officer? Are you comfortable here?
Surrender now or I will use deadly force.
What is this guy? If I'm not mistaken, I gotta kill him before he reaches the end.
This thing has come to an end. You know that.
Come on, son of a bitch. Come on, come on.
You're exactly what I expected. We were looking for a low achiever.
Cole getting at this dude. Oh! There we go. Jesus. When I first played this, man, that
Where's
was
the press,
just
Cap?
crazy.
I think Phelps and I should get a medal for this. This has got to be the case of the year, right?
They don't
Case
want to
of
give
the
them
century
credit
when
to
you
admit
think
that they've
about it.
been
You're
wrong all
finished.
this time.
Yes, Skipper.
Good. Because there won't be any press briefings or commendations.
What are you talking about? We got the werewolf, the guy who killed the Dahlia, killed all the other broads.
You got no one. Mason was a ghost.
Can you at least tell us why, Captain?
Mason is the half-brother of one of the most highly elected officials in this country.
How high?
Beyond the moon for mere mortals like us, Rusty. There'll be no more mention of him. The city owes you both, but But there'll be no mileage in ever bringing this up again.
What's going to happen to the suspects in the cases, Captain? I won't be a part of that.
A bit of missing evidence at the grand jury. A procedural error here, a mistake there. They'll all be quietly let go. The DA knows how we'll have to play it.
That's it?
I'm afraid it is. And I have some news for you folks. No more rooting around in the entrails of cadavers and corpses for you. The head of Vice has asked the chief for you. I'm reluctant to see you go to the glory boys of advice, but my hands are tied. Go home to that lovely wife of yours and celebrate your promotion.
So Rusty's kind of like, I actually started liking having you as a partner, and now I gotta give you up. That's crazy. I can't believe this, man. This guy got away with so much crap, and he just felt like he was so smart that somebody just had to pretty much just know how smart he was. And the fact that it was like, I feel like that's what makes this game interesting, is like, there's a, you know, with this story, it's like the cops are locking up people and you're sure that they did it, but then you find out like, no, like, you've been wrong this whole time. And then there's that realization that, well, guess what, not only are you wrong, but we can't let the public know that we were wrong, because then the department won't be able to handle the backlash. So it sucks, you know, but I somewhat understand. So sorry, I keep looking at this other screen. I'm just trying to make sure and keep my eye on my just on my audio levels. Trying to make sure that they're not like redlining all over the place. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to stream as much as I can throughout the week, alongside streaming all over the weekend. So, you know, this was a fun little hour-long stream. You know, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I gotta be at work at 5. I'm going to be going to Reading, Pennsylvania. You know, I gotta go over to a business out there and drop in the hook. So, you know, I'm a little bit of a traveler, you know. I've actually never been out the country, but being a truck driver, I have been all over the place. You know what? The next time that I stream, I'll go over a little bit of my stories. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I'll try. It depends on what I do, what time I get off tomorrow, and then what my assignment for Wednesday is. But the next time that I stream, you know what? This can actually be good now that I think about it. Like little streams, like short streams throughout the week, like real focus. You know, I don't have to stream for 4 or 5 hours and put that pressure on myself of, you know, having to figure out how to become a successful streamer like all at once. Like, I'll do little focus streams after work during the week, and then what I'll do is then I'll save Saturday. I'll stream on Saturday. And then I'll also, because the thing is that I want to stream, but I also want to play the game just for myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be like every time I play the game, I'm streaming, because, you know, there are games that I want to play that I just want to be able to just sit back and listen to, you know, just sit back and not listen to, but sit back and play. So, you know, what I'm intending on is, okay, yeah. You know what? I'll hop on the game a little bit tomorrow. But like I said, if I don't, that's just because, you know, work and what time I need to get in on Wednesday morning, because even though I'm coming in at 5 tomorrow, I'll probably work like 5 to 4, and then I could come in at like 2 or 3 o'clock. Then I should still be able to crank out like a 1 hour stream or so. So yeah, so I will. You know what? Yeah. We'll stream tomorrow. Okay. I will see everybody tomorrow. This was a fun little stream. I'm glad that I got to talk about Crit and his music, because it is fantastic. I'm actually about to go listen to that and go eat some food. I got some strawberry jelly Uncrustables. I know, but I love those things. They're bad for your health though, especially me. I'm one of those people where, like, I think it comes in like an 8 or a 12 pack. I can eat that whole thing in like a night, and then I regret it the next day. But you know what? This was cool. I'm gonna hop off the game, and I will see you all tomorrow after work. Have a good night and be safe. Take care of your family and hope your family's safe. And I wish everybody the best. Good night.